Hello guys, welcome back to yet another episode of League of Legends. It's gonna be me playing Rammus this game. And personally I feel like, Rammus is a really pretty strong champion. Really annoying to deal with, especially for for the AD carry. But I'm not seeing him a lot, so I'm just I wanted to give it a try, and I actually think this game goes really well. Of course, I haven't played a whole lot of Rammus either before, but it's a very basic champion. And I'd say it's pretty strong. Easy to play, pretty strong. If you're looking to pick up a jungler, maybe a tank jungler, Rammus is a fairly good choice. Even if he gets behind, his taunt could still be really relevant. But honestly, this taunt makes for such good ganks. If you can get it off, I'd say, just give it a try if you're struggling or if you're just looking for something new. So anyway, warning beforehand, I think I play pretty well this game. If I don't say really well, but I would not necessarily consider myself the main carry. So if that's what you're looking for, then maybe this video is not for you. If you're just looking to find a fun game of League of Legends with someone actually doing pretty well for his role, I invite you to watch on. Anyway, our team Renekton top, fairly strong versus Volibear. I think I did the Rageblade. No, I didn't. I had a pretty good Rageblade Volibear game top like last patch, but I don't think I did a video of that. Of course, I wouldn't be the first one to do it. If you're interested, let me know. Anyway, so Volley can be really strong, a lot of damage. Attack speed based, of course. And Renekton is a lane bully, so I'd say this is a pretty even lane, all in all. Then we have Akali mid lane, and I have no clue why anyone would ever pick Twisted Fate into Akali. Yes, your ult, reveals your stealth, but that's like the only thing you've got going. You've got a little bit of poke early, but I think my most... Yeah, if you watch my most recent Akali video, by the time that this video goes up, it's also against CF, and I explained that matchup pretty well, I'd say. And it kind of goes the same way. I hope I don't breathe in my mic too much. This is the old mic still, if anybody's wondering. New mic coming in soon again. Akali video is a new mic, and then next week again the new mic will probably be used. And then bot lane is Kalista Blitzcrank. Kalista is a really strong AD carry versus Feint Rush, which is also pretty standard lane. I don't think I really have to explain how this lane goes. So then basically, back to me. In case you missed early clears, and in case you're interested in that, basically you start with the punk defensive wall curl, which means that if they hit you, you get more. They get damage, and you get some extra armor and stuff. Put the next level in Q because it's the damaging ability. Taunt doesn't actually damage the enemy, the monster camps. Then I took a second level in defensive ball curl or W, because it just helps it to clear. Well, normally though you're always gonna want to be maxing your E because it's your CC, your easy CC during ganks and stuff, and you're not supposed to clear as much. You're not a hard farming jungler, you're a ganking jungler, so that's why you want to eat. Then I put it to ward here because Renekton was pushing, so we do spot out Diana. I think he's gonna get away pretty easily. Volibear is struggling in this lane. I must have used his passive by now. Yeah, unavailable. So basically not much happening here. I went kinda low in my first clear, but I did the whole clear without taking damage, or taking too much damage, so that's pretty good. Even got the scuttles here as well. Well, Diana basically took this road, which is just a waste of time. Volley blowing his flash. Not sure why he would stay around. Renekton could definitely gank him here, or dive him. Um, so yeah, Renekton activates the stun, flash. Just lacks enough the damage to kill him there. Stays in tower range a little bit too long, and regretfully dies. I guess stuff happened in the bot lane as well. Completely missed that. Just bot lane stuff, probably. Continuing with my clear, take the Stalker's Blade because what you want to do is you really want to catch up to people. Her taunt range is Rammus, I'm not sure, no it doesn't show. Is pretty small, like you have to be pretty much in their face. So of course your Q allows you to get into range a little bit. Then there are some items you buy which also do the same. But generally, the more movement speed, the better for Rammus. Mid lane actually going really well, better than I did in my matchup versus TF. Really out CSing here, and TF is at an early unfortunate back as well. Level higher now, so yeah, there's not much I can do here. TF is still level 5, but when he comes into lane with Akali, not on the turret, but in almost every other situation from now on, Akali could really easily kill Twisted Fate. Which is essentially why you don't pick Twisted Fate into Akali. His name is even well, I shouldn't. Never mind. I don't want to call out people, but with that name, I'm not sure. Should you not know how to play against it? Never mind. Don't tell him I said that. So bot lane is struggling a little bit, mid lane going really strong, and top lane having a lot of pressure as well. But it's not hasn't surmounted into anything. Good trading here. Volibear has his passive again. Renekton does heal a lot just from being Renekton. Kali gets the kill. Ignite even. Like, I'm not sure, but it doesn't seem like a smart idea to me. He hasn't used his ultimate either. It's just this way you want to teleport like the other lanes and help them, and instead he's just dying in his own lane. So really setting up Akali for a good game, starting with the Hextech Revolver, which is the spell vamp and lifesteal. It doesn't do lifesteal yet, but if it's gonna build it to gunblade, that's what it's gonna do. I'm here for the counter gank because now low health Renekton pushing up against the enemy turret. Does a good job of just getting the kill here, though. This time doesn't die to the tower. I come in, and just in case Diana's around the corner here, and I can help him push in this wave, do a little bit of damage to the turret. Not expecting to get it, because we have a very small wave as well. So I just leave earlier. Renekton kind of just wants to, I don't know what. Then Diana comes in with level 5, and just gets taunted, which is what you do as Rammus. When she's taunted. Sorry for the frames now, guys. I'm not sure. I actually closed all my programs this time, so I'm not sure what's happening. Wait, let me. Okay, I guess it's back. Yeah, that's what you do as Rammus. You just stun someone and they're just stuck in a place for at level 2, 1.5 seconds. And with Renekton damage and CC to come on top of that, guess the overstayed is welcome. That's just more than you need. Then I think I'm just taking the shortcut through here. Probably just gonna get my red, or we're actually gonna go and gank bot. Yeah, because Akali is also roaming. Rammus is really good versus Vayne and anything else that auto attacks a lot. Because the more auto attacks the enemy does, the more damage you take essentially. Vayne does get a chance to shoot you away once though, which is what happens here. Thresh is already screwed, so I try and get Vayne. I do get the stun off, but not enough follow up, not enough damage, so that's just that. 4 men here, probably gonna go for Drake. And the same thing I said about auto attack, so Rammus would be good against Kalista as well, because also Kalista, Kalista Vayne, very mobile auto attackers. Taunt stops them from moving, and auto attacks just kill them. Then of course you can do Drake. Yeah, the same that applies for AD carries like Kalista and Vayne. That's what I was gonna say. Also applies to a lesser extent to Volibear. because Foley is also a very auto-attack heavy character. Here I flash over to get the taunt to Twisted Fate, to allow my team to get a little bit more damage off. Do die, would probably have died to the Ignite, guess there's also a ward in here. And the fight is kind of scattered, Akali just doing a lot of damage, it's probably out of ult charges at this point. Yeah. And they're probably just gonna get away. Top lane is just on their island. Neither of them have teleport. But you know, this is also advantageous to us because Renekton is really winning this lane. And there just doesn't really appear to be a whole lot that Foley can do. I'm not sure. I think it's probably winnable for Foley, but I'm not sure. I don't know the matchup at all. So yeah, like Foley per auto attacker, Diana tends to, you know, rely on just Q, R, W, E, you know, burst damage. But when that fails, she actually does auto attack. That's her passive, which is pretty strong as well. Twisted Fate, you know, next to the stun and then the Q, he also auto attacks a lot. And Thresh, if he has the chance to use his, if he's out of abilities, he will also auto attack. That's just any champion. All in all, though, Rammus actually happened to be a pretty effective pick against this team. Then bot lane is still in trouble, you know, 4-0 Vayne. Kali just doing her thing because nothing Twisted Fate can do. This does look to be, you know, pretty safe for Renekton. I come in here, and you see the CC we can stack onto Vayne, it's just a lot. Then Thresh actually pulls Vayne back into my range, but we do take a little bit too much damage. Vayne pretty good at kiting at some point. Didn't get the taunt off, like I said, it's a really small range. Kalista coming in though is probably maybe going to be enough damage. No. Twitch Blitz misses his hook. Akali is hanging around, could go for the dive, maybe. I can't really participate in this because I'll probably just die. Twisted Fate, I'm not sure where he is. Probably just gonna push. Akali's looking to go base. Renekton killed Foley again. Not sure where Diana is. All in all, you can see that so far this game is going really well for. I just forgot when I died, but I died in the river here. Renekton generally going very well in lane. Has had a couple of ganks from Diana, but came away pretty decently. Did die twice in a kind of stupid way. Kills Diana as well. Really close though, but pretty good. Akali has the field day in her lane. I'd say I'm doing pretty well, you know, 3 KDA at this point. Getting my items rolling. Obviously want Cinderhulk since I'm a tank, and it does more AoE damage for people just standing around here auto attacking me. Renekton is probably dead. Yeah, but me, I just gave Akali the blue buff. She really wanted it. I'm not sure. Yeah, it does have benefits for Akali, but not like an insane amount. I didn't get the taunt of here because you can't actually taunt someone while you're in your queue. So you need to either cancel your queue or hit it. And I was so close to hitting it, and then he stunned me, so I didn't get it. But Akali did pick up the Volibear. So yeah, build wise, of course, Cinderhulk, then Thornmail, especially in this case because they have a high amount of auto attackers. Sometimes you might wish to prioritize health first. But I figured that in this case, Thornmail will be pretty good. Then you can kind of choose to go multiple ways. You can go more AP-ish. I definitely advise to get, what are they called? Abyssal Scepter, really good. And just generally tanky with health afterwards. Especially if you also have Cinderhulk. We're just pressuring the turret. If Twisted Fate comes too close, we would kill him pretty easily. Unless he has backup, that's the only thing we don't know. Then bot lane, Renekton is actually here for the gank. Good hook by Blitz is gonna screw Thresh over. I come in from the side. Renekton is on the good side of Vayne. I flash in because Renekton was taking a little bit much damage. Just to, you know, get the CC off and get that done with. We have to teleport here. Diana is here. I'm full health, so I'm not really that afraid of Foley, who has had like a really tough laning phase. He goes for Blitz, but then he gets taunted, so he can't really get damage off for the most part. Does eventually get Blitz, but I'd say that's definitely worse for us because our kill is assisted, and we get the top laner for a pretty low health already support. We're probably not really going to be able to dive Diana, especially with Twisted Fate and now also Thresh, so we're just looking to back off. I could Powerball out of here if I want to, if that's what it's called. Yeah, but I would lose, you know, I would run past my backline, which is not a really good idea. Our turn is really good. Akane makes use of the burst of speed that she gets from her W, walking through it. And basically our turn worked out really well. Here I'm just holding tower aggro for Kalista while she finishes Vayne. And you know, it was I think it was 3-4, maybe even 4-for-2, 3-for-2 or 4-for-2. So really extending our gold lead. I didn't die. My KDA right now is quite good, only one behind Akali. Of course, Akali's got most of the kills. Renekton being really doing really well into this game. Kalista getting pretty, you know, getting back into the game despite, you know, being up against a 4-0 Vayne at some point. Vayne not doing so hot at the moment. Thresh not so much either, same as Blitz practically. Sorry, my words are really escaping me right now. Foley's build is like going full tank now, and it looks like it's gonna be Frozen Heart. Frozen Heart is good against Kalista. Yes, but when not against, you know, he's up against Renekton. Renekton doesn't. The armor is good, but the passive doesn't do anything, and you don't get any extra health to deal with Renekton. So I would disagree with that. Goodbye. Kali is probably dead here. Oh, the damage. She's not gonna get it though. So yeah, build wise, bot lane, I did something. Should we watch it back? We'll watch it back. I guess we got Drake, Korra, Thresh. That's probably it. Blitz gets a kill, which is not ideal, but you know, okay. Back to Foley's build because I'm really being on like 3 different mind tracks right now. I don't think this is gonna be effective. Also, as Foley, you want some attack speed or some other form of damage because your W is pretty good, but you need to be able to get it stacking really quickly most of the time, in my opinion. You can go, actually, you can go full health tank Foley Bear because it's all that's what his W skills with, which is also not, you know, something that's good for Frozen Heart. And like I said, Frozen Heart's only good against, you know, except for the flat armor amount. The passive and stuff is only good against Kalista. I don't care, Renekton doesn't care, Kali doesn't care, Blitz doesn't care. Neither of all of us really use attack speed in our build. And you can see right now, I think I finished the Thornmail. Not even yet. I take care of this camp really pretty quickly for tank jungler. I guess in Cinderella most tank junglers do pretty well. Bot lane fight starting out in our favor. When Akali joins, that's just a route basically. I'm around, but I'm probably not even necessary. I say probably, but I'm really just not necessary. Then Foley versus Renekton. I mean, this is what I mean. Foley just doesn't really do that much damage. He already used his bite, which is probably a mistake because it does also missing health damage. Of course, he does get it back at some point. You know, I guess the fight was reasonably even, but you know, this is what you don't really. I don't know. Maybe it's a good build. I don't care. It's kind of late for me, guys. So sorry if I don't. I love the Away from the mic, by the way, because I hate reading into it. It sounds terrible, as you probably know. Blah, 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 blah. I forgot what I was saying. Blitz getting caught out is probably not gonna survive that. Me and Akali are around, choosing to go this corner because that's where Blitz is. Getting a pretty decent, you know, because we're far ahead, this works. I chased after Diana, but Diana ran away, and then like I came back to back up Akali, who was probably in a decent position. And now we're just chasing Diana. We might get her if I get my Q and taunt off. Akali can chase a lot, that's a flash. Vayne is here. Vayne doesn't do anything against me. Like, this is just what happens when Vayne plays against Rammus. You're gonna get immediately taunted, you're gonna get a lot of damage dealt to yourself because you're in Sunfire range. Possibly hitting a Thornmail, hitting the W which returns damage. In the meantime, Akali or Renekton or Kalista would all really do a lot of damage to you. And, you know, Twisted Fate kind of the same thing would happen. You know, just basing, because there's not much for us to do. We got like 4 people killed here for Blitz, which is like really good. And in the top lane, Renekton even killed Foley again. So, you know, our team is really far ahead, yeah, 10k gold. Pretty insane. They can't really be safe in their own jungle, they can be kinda now. Because we had a couple of people base. But they have to be so careful. Kalista using her ult to save Blitz was probably necessary. Akali around the corner now though, so they can fight again. I'm the far side. Picked up the Thornmail, picked up the Blasting Wand. Like I said, the Abyssal Scepter pretty good. Rammus has pretty decent AP scale, believe it or not. Good hook by Blitz, but I don't really see a lot of follow-up coming. Yeah, this is mostly just gonna be about Akali dealing damage. Teamfight's kinda starting in a very messy manner. I taunt Thresh when he's the only target available. And Akali goes pretty deep, you know, for the backline. I have to charge into the other side to give backup, taunt the carries. And pentakill for Akali. I like to think I helped. I think you know, Akali is the main star of this fight, but I would say most of us played this pretty well. I just tried to get as many taunts off on as many people as I could find most of the time. And generally just being in the middle of a lot of people with my AoE damage, with my ultimate. Gonna shove this wave in. I smited, I'm not sure, I smited the cannon minion because I was like, I want this, and then I just shoved the minions in here. But I'm not sure if that made Blitz misclick and just walk into third range or what exactly happened. Being greedy here, taking the red buff, reactivating my ultimate. It's not that big of a deal for Rammus to activate your ultimate because it's a really short cooldown, 54 seconds. So I can just deal that. I can even go and clear the top wave. The thing is, if I can get the minions to attack me, look how much damage, you know, I can clear this wave so easily. With waves, generally it's a bit more difficult because they tend to attack other minions. Of course, jungle camps only attack you. But that's clear, when people attack you, they take so much damage, it's surprising how much damage Rammus really can do. Kali hasn't really got anything to fear. Okay, she kinda has a couple of things to fear here. Yes. Never mind. I just, you know, 717 movement speed or something in Powerball with home cards from base. Picked up the Abyssal, picked up the Ninja Tabi. You know, if people that are near me at this point and they have also my ultimate on, they're just gonna drop really quickly. Drake is up, we considered the possibility that they went for it, but they actually went back. It's a 3v4, so we don't really want to take the fight. You know, Akali is our main fat member. After that it's probably gonna be Renekton. But we do good damage in this fight, and Vayne goes really hard for Kalista, but she completely forgets that I get taunt her and she's completely useless at that point. Picked up the kill on TF as well, so you know, pretty good KDA here. Taking out another ward as well. Kalista, you know, is better at taking Drake essentially than Rammus is, almost. I say almost, but except for maybe that she might take more damage. She's just better. She's gonna be able to rend for a lot more damage and I can smite for her as well. I just cleared some more camps, pushing up the wave here. Like as you can see, when the minions don't attack me, it's not all that fast. It's just pretty slow auto attacking. Kalista wants it, you know, I don't really care. I want to be here for backup, you know, just to come rolling in if someone they can take a fair fight against my lane and just taunt them. Renekton went way too deep, not sure what he tried. But I'm just gonna continue clearing all the camps. I think I got this. Get the taunt off of Ontiana. Akali in backup should be able to get it. Then Vayne comes close to me again, and this is what's gonna happen every time. Vayne comes near Rammus because her auto attack range is low. It's gonna take a lot of damage from that. It's gonna be completely useless while she succeeds. Almost a pentakill here is again. I guess she pressed the wrong button or something. But yeah, that's pretty easy. Then I get the laser for the last seconds. I don't really care, especially when I'm also in puncturing taunt, or not, that's not what it's called. That's what he's called. Defensive wall curl. I get another 120 armor, meaning I'd be at a total of 350. I can take care of those. There is pretty. I can survive them, let's put it like that. And I think this is too deep. I'm not sure if they expected to have more backup. Yeah, that's kind of it's a mini throw. I push this in, but you know there's not much I can do. I just hope I survive this without people coming straight for me. Of course, power balling through here. I can escape pretty well. Get greedy for the blue buff. I think you know I taunted it, which is probably not. It reduces its armor slightly, so it becomes slightly stronger when you do that. But I couldn't taunt Vayne, making her you know a lot more difficult to attack. Gonna get killed pretty easily. Not worth. It's a mistake, but at this point in the game, it doesn't really matter that much anymore. Kallista's pushing top lane, not having a wave though, so it's kind of a shame. So people will probably have the time to flank her. It's just to be careful. Up against Foley, who hasn't had the best of games, but has been able to stack a pretty decent amount of armor. Not health though. It's Foley you're supposed to stack health for your W, in my opinion. But you know, who am I? Doesn't have armor pen though, so probably not gonna be able to do a whole lot here. Just being in danger. Akali once again taking blue buff. I don't need mana that badly as Rammus. But Akali doesn't need any. It's just purely CDR for Akali. And you know, I don't know. The Akali is doing great, so I shouldn't. It's late. I'm complaining about everything. That's probably it. And then there's a skirmish here, but they don't really want none of this. Blitz is probably gonna be able to land something. Akali can easily chase, but has to be a little bit careful about the amount of damage she can take. Does die too quickly. Renekton though coming in from this side, doing a lot of work. The fight doesn't go super well. You know, I don't care about the damage Foley does to me. But at the same time, I don't really kill him at this point anymore either. I can just keep him in place for a while. I don't really see any use in trying any harder for this, unless you can really catch that Twisted Fate, maybe. But at the same time, bot wave, there's not much we can do about it, so I'm just heading top. Getting greedy for the red again, of course. Shoving this in, someone has to respond here. If they don't, I get the turret. Nectar not sure where he's headed. Maybe to bot. It does look like we're probably going to lose this one. And they're focusing on the minions. Nah, we'll lose it soon probably. If nobody acts, surely, but even if we do act, it's probably not going to take too long. I'm just shuffling out the wave here. You know, not too difficult for me as Rammus. Don't want to get caught though, so backing up. We could definitely do Baron at this point. But you know, Baron is also the place where people throw games. So basically just deciding to set up for a trap here. You know, I can taunt anyone coming in, Akali can kill anyone coming in. We see Vayne, of course, would be the preferred target. I guess somehow they had vision here still, because they were able to collapse really quickly. But you can just see how much confusion it creates when, well, of course, Akali just jumping through, but also taunts and AoE ultimates. I'll have enough movement speed to get out of here. No problem. Meantime, Kallista has just been pushing up this wave, getting a turret. Foley can TP, but I don't think he'll get it. And even if he did, he wouldn't have had any backup. Kallista might be pretty screwed now. 1-for-1. I don't expect Blitz to last through this, but maybe he does. This is A pretty boring fight. Missed the hook, that's a lot of his damage. Imagine he's probably dead. Renekton him back up. But can't really do much about this either. And Drake's gonna be up in 15 seconds. I'm topside because I don't want to move too far from Baron at this point in the game. But Renekton should be able to just pick it up. Of course it can get stolen from him, but you know. If we see Diana here, we can... Well, you know, not with our bot lane dead, but we should most of the time be able to get Baron. At the same time, if they would go for Baron and I would be bot lane, that would be pretty bad. Shuffling in this again, so someone will have to show and respond here. We see Foley here, we see Vayne here. Thresh here now as well. Akali also calls for Baron. Akali has a lot of damage, and I have a decent amount of damage myself. So we started off, Kalista is just around the corner, Renekton also coming in, so we should be able to pick it up pretty quickly. I don't really take a lot of damage from this, so I can easily tank this. And of course, because we have Kalista with a lot of attack speed, she should probably be the one who is gonna rent this. I might not even smite it at all. No, I don't. I completely rely. We're not like pre-mates, so I figured, you know, in pro play people would agree like at 2k we smite and rent at the same time. But since I didn't have time to type that, I wasn't sure if that was gonna be the best idea. So I just figured I'm just gonna let her be the... I would probably just rent at 1200 because that's probably the amount of damage she will be able to do, and I can still smite Drake. That was the whole plan. I know, but seriously, I think because essentially Kalista has higher damage execute on the Baron than I do. I just left it to her. I didn't want to mess with her timing by smiting it myself. In the fight, just retrospectively, I taunted Twisted Fate and then went past him. It did screw him over. It might have been better for me to taunt Vayne just off the bat. But she did get caught by the Q rent from Kalista. And slowed and died in the end. I took a bit of damage from the tower, still do, making it really close here, like 30 HP. Just bonus points. I'm gonna go base, but it doesn't really matter. We get the last inhib as well. Kali goes for the last big play. Might actually die. Invisibility. And that's the game. So guys, I'm sorry for my incoherent rumbling. I hope I'll be back with a lot of videos. Let me know what you think. For now, I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you in the next one. And bye bye.